Hey, what's up everybody? It's Johnny from Alliance-Dale. I want to talk to you today a little bit about developing a growth mindset. This is such a cool topic for me personally. It's something that I've always had in my mind, and I realized how unique that was later in life, and I was able to share that with a lot of my clients, and we just see their growth rate just expand like massively. And the other thing is see their joy for life just increase like crazy, which is such a cool feeling for me personally. So we're going to jump into what a growth mindset is and just a bunch of different tips for how to cultivate a growth mindset. And we're just going to dive right in. This is actually one of the main modules of our course at Alliance-Dale. So we've got a ton of information on this, so I'm just going to dive into all of it. So what does it mean to have a growth mindset? Well, it's kind of like the glass half full, glass half empty piece. When you come up to a situation, you can either learn from it and grow, or you can hide from it and run away, or you can get mad at it and say it's horrible, right? There's a few different options, but the thing is, every decision we have, every experience we have has an opportunity to teach us something and to find joy and meaning in it. And so all developing a growth mindset is essentially taking all opportunity as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity for joy, for appreciation, for gratitude, for love of life, right? And so that's what cultivating a growth mindset is all about, and some key components to that we're going to talk about right now. So the first part is examining what kind of world do you live in. So our outer world is just a reflection of our inner world, and vice versa actually. So if you stop and think about what kind of world do you live in, this will be a good reflection for you on what kind of thoughts you have going in your head and what kind of decisions you make about experiences. So when you walk around and you walk around your neighborhood, your town, your city, whatever it is, and you go through life, you have these experiences, what do you see? Do you see a bunch of great people around you? Do you see a bunch of people living their best lives? Do you see a bunch of kind people? Do you see a bunch of really good people on the inside? Do you see beauty in nature, or like art, and maybe you live in a city where it's more like skyscrapers? Do you see the beauty in that rather than nature? Or do you live in a world where you're surrounded by the worst people? There's horrible mothers and fathers everywhere. People are all backstabbers. Everything is ugly. It's too cold. It's too hot. I hate this. I don't like that. Traffic is too much. People just use me, that kind of stuff. Just think about that for a second and just flip that mirror around and think about that as a reflection of your internal dialogue as you go out throughout the day. That's really what it's saying. So if you walk around and everything is lovely, people are amazing, everything around you is beautiful, all that, that's a reflection of your inner thoughts. Your inner thoughts are saying that. That's a growth mindset. Every experience has an opportunity for growth and learning and joy. If it's the opposite, don't worry, we can fix it. But what it's saying is that your internal dialogue is telling you that the world is bad. It's telling you that the world is filled with horrible people, bad parents. It's ugly. It's full of strife, struggle, life is pain, that kind of message, right? That's telling us we don't have a growth mindset, because these experiences happen one way or another. They're always going to happen, right? It's how we choose to interpret them that changes our mindset about stuff. So when an experience comes in, you can either have a positive spin on it or a negative spin. And it's not the same as just positive thinking. You can't think everything is positive, right? But it's an opportunity to say, okay, there is some lesson in here. There is some value in here. There's some joy in here, something to be grateful for. And I'm going to choose to focus on that rather than focus on the negative sides of it. Because almost every experience in life has two sides. It has the positive side and the negative side, right? And we can choose to focus on the positive side, or we can choose to focus on the negative side, right? Or we can choose to focus on neither and say, it just is what it is, which is apathy, which in my personal opinion is like the worst possible outcome, because then nothing brings you anything. It doesn't bring you joy, it doesn't bring you anger, it doesn't get you fired up in any way. You're just kind of meandering through life, which is passionless and lifeless, and I do not want to be like that. So hopefully you're one way or another, and hopefully you're on the positive side, but if not, this will help. So think about what kind of world you live in and just use that as a self-reflection for a place to start. The next big component is being turned on for life. I love this topic. So there's a video that I watched, and it talks about similarities between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mike Tyson. Arnold Schwarzenegger, governor, bodybuilder, amazing dude. Mike Tyson, boxer, kind of a crazy guy, right? Lost all his money, went to prison, all that stuff. But now, in his recent years, he's actually gotten really cool on philosophy and mindset stuff. He just shares a story, to be honest. But most people wouldn't give him the time of day on a philosophy side as like a big thinker. But he's actually got some really cool insights because he just lays it all out there. And the thing about each of them, when they're in the prime, especially, there's these videos about them just being turned on for life. Like when Mike Tyson gets into a boxing ring, he gets turned on, he gets excited, he gets passionate. When Arnold Schwarzenegger is at the gym, he's passionate about it. He loves it. Like he's getting turned on as he's lifting weights. And getting turned on for life is a great way to see the positive in things. And so you can actually think about this as also a way to find your own personal path and your own passion. What excites you about life? Like what really turns you on about life? Is it a specific hobby? Is it a specific way of doing things? Is it warm weather? Is it cold weather? Is it nature? Is it cities? Is it mountain biking? Is it surfing? Is it lifting weights? Is it art? Is it music? Whatever. Is it like work and you really like diving into work? You like building businesses? Is it like leading people? Is it genuine connection with other people? That kind of stuff. Whatever it is, just think about what really excites you, what really turns you on. And if you're struggling to find something, let me know. We can talk about it. But that is an indicator of where your passion is. And just think about how many things you're turned on for. Like, is that a lot of things that you're really passionate about in life, or is it very few things? Because a lot of things, growth mindset, very few things, not so much, right? And we can get into that. Speaking of how we can get into that, so we have a free webinar coming up that's actually going to dive deeper on the power of cultivating a growth mindset. There's a link down in the description below. Just click that link. You can sign up for the free webinar, completely free. We'll dive deep into this and a couple other associated topics that will help you become the man that you've always wanted to be, which might sound like a big, bold statement, but it's true, and I've done it, and that's how I know it works. So jump on the free webinar, completely free. Click the link down below and join us so we can dive deeper. The next piece is, whenever we go through an experience in life, it has some lesson to teach us, right? And in order to do that, there has to be some sort of challenge. Nothing worth having in life came easy, right? There's always some sort of challenge. And the big thing is, you know when you're growing, when you're uncomfortable. So everything you have currently is in your comfort zone right now. There's no growth outside. Everything you have is very comfortable and you have it right now. Everything you want that you don't currently have is outside your comfort zone. So you're gonna have to be uncomfortable in order to get it. So you have to adopt the mindset of welcoming being uncomfortable, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's where growth actually happens. No growth happens while you're super comfortable. Sitting on a couch, under a blanket, super comfy, that's not growing, all right? Growing, getting up and doing things that are hard, challenging yourself, doing things that are not normal to you, doing things that you want to do that you haven't done before, doing hard things. This is where growth happens. You can do easy, comfortable things, absolutely, and bring yourself comfort. But just know, the more uncomfortable you are, the more you're probably growing. And I can tell you this firsthand experience, this last 3 years has been incredible transformation for me personally. And this last year, I have not been comfortable for any part of it. And it's been the most amazing year of my life. And so because of this, you got to be ready for uncertainty. Uncertainty is going to be in every new experience there is. There's going to be some element of the unknown, and just be ready to embrace it and open yourself up to the possibility of new things. On that note, I've actually got a free gift for you guys. So we created a guided journal, a Lion's Tail guided journal, which the power of journaling is massive, and I've got tons of other videos on it, so I won't go into that here. But we've got a guided journal for you that will help you actually reflect on these thoughts. Like we talked about, what kind of world do you live in? Am I comfortable being uncomfortable? Am I avoiding uncomfortable situations and not growing? Am I seeking comfort? We've got a guided journal that's going to walk you through all those steps down below. Just click the link in the description down in the video below, and you'll be able to download that free journal for you. It's a really cool guided process, really polished. Everything you need is in there. Click that link, check it out, and try it out. It's really, really helpful stuff. The last thing I'll talk about is a mindset of abundance or scarcity. This one is massive. So there's scarcity thinking and there's abundant thinking. And I grew up in an environment of scarcity thinking. There's only so much money to go around. There's only so much opportunity to go around. There's not plenty of fish in the sea. There's only a few, right? I've got to hang on to everything I've got, because if anybody takes it, I'm never going to have enough. And this is really common when you grow up with parents that came from the Great Depression. They have this hoarding mindset, right? I don't know if you noticed, but you go into these people's houses, maybe your parents, maybe your grandparents, and they'll just have tons of like whatever, sugar packets or something, things that they don't need at all, and they're just hanging on to it because you never know if tragedy's around the corner, right? When we have this mindset of scarcity, that things have a finite limit to them, we're always going to hold on to what we have and be scared to take any chances with it. If we change our way of thinking to an abundance mindset and just knowing that there is so much money available in the world, all we got to do is look for it and reach out and grab it. If we know that there's so much opportunity in the world, especially now with everything being online, you can learn anything you want to, anytime you want to, from your couch, which is just incredible. And knowing that there's 8 billion people on the planet, there's probably a lot of people out there for you, which is going to be amazing. When we adopt this abundant mindset, life just opens up, and it is beautiful. And it's so much easier to grow when you see opportunity everywhere rather than threats and people trying to take what's yours, opportunities to remove what you currently have that you have to hold on to and cling to. And when I say that, you can see my hands are closing up. You got to cling to this. Just think about that with your mind or your heart even. That's closed up. And when you get to abundance thinking, knowing that there's opportunity everywhere, it opens up and you open up. And now you open up to more experiences in life, which is just incredible. And you can see I'm very passionate about this because I've gone through this transformation, and that's what I do. I just want to share that with as many people as possible because it feels literally amazing. So that's the last piece. Abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. And that one is like, super powerful. And that one's actually really hard to change on your own. Usually you need a guide, a mentor, or something like that. So that's my tips for growth mindset. And if this really spoke to you, if this is really something that you're struggling with, and some of the concepts we talked in here are really resonating with your personal struggle, there's also a link down below in the description to book a call with me and chat a little bit about our mentorship program. That's really what we focus on in Alliance Dale, really robust, fully integrated mentorship program, 90-day transformation focused on group coaching, personal coaching. We've got the courses, we've got all the workbooks, all the templates, all the lessons you would ever need. And that's really the meat and potatoes of what we do because it's so transformational, it's so powerful. So if this video really spoke to you, there's a link down there to book a free call with me and chat and just see if it's a good fit for you or just find out some information. I hope this helped. Remember, you can treat today as one day, or you can treat it today as day one, which is just so powerful. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.